Good evening, everyone, and I am doing another evening upload, and hopefully this will be uploaded sometime this evening if I have time. I'm trying to get the swing of things, and I could do it in the morning, but it's just easier if I do it the night of. I find that when you watch a content creator upload videos, they don't really show like, okay, this is what it's like, this is the reality of it, and I'm setting up my ring light so that I look better. You don't see the shadows. And then the last video I uploaded, I didn't put on the mic, so I'm gonna put it on this time. Okay, let's go ahead and put this right here so that you guys can see better. And you know, the setup is just it's complicated, but I guess it works. I'm using, for my backdrop, I'm using this light. It changes color so you could see the different tones and set the mood. I also have this little skull guy here with my headphones. When I used to basically teach online, I had a headset with a microphone on it. I look like a fast food worker. And I can change the light and the mood on this. So yesterday I had pink, and then I have red and blue. I like blue. It makes it look more moody, bluesy. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can find the extension cord for the light. Setting this intro up, I just noticed on the last video I used a lot of annoying words, so I really apologize. I'm learning how to public speak. I'm learning it all over again. I used to be a teacher and I had no problems speaking in front of a whole class of kids. I would teach like 145 students a day, and that was a VAPA, Visual and Performing Arts teacher. We had two sets of grades, one in the morning and then one in the afternoon. So a whole week would be different grades. Like Monday would be kindergartners in the morning, and then the afternoon would be sixth graders. Really, that was different kind of day, teaching kindergartners, then sixth graders in the afternoon. And then Tuesdays would be, you know, the following grades, first graders, fifth graders in the afternoon. Wednesday would be, again, following second graders, and then fourth graders. And then the following day would be fifth graders. And then we would also have middle school on Fridays. So it was a very long week for VAPA teachers, because we were the ones that took over when their primary teachers, so a fifth grade teacher would have one day a week for lesson planning and working with their cohorts and setting up the week for their classes, making sure that they're helping each other, basically. So we as VAPA teachers, Visual and Performing Arts teachers, would take their classes and made sure they had their full-on arts. And it would be like VAPA, Visual and Performing Arts. It would be whatever that the principal had arranged that year for that curriculum. So visual could be visual arts, your classical painting and drawing and all kinds of paper crafts and goods and things like that. And then you would have dancing, and then you would have some sort of musical class with instruments, whatever they had. And then you could either have, did I say drama also? Drama, theater. And then they would have me, which is digital. So they would have a variety of visual and performing arts and it depends on what the principal would choose for that curriculum of that year. But usually those are the five classes that you had. And if you had all of those, you would have very great program. Usually for elementary it'd be 4 or 3. I had worked in 2 schools, and it was one school was a charter school, so it would be K through 8th grade, and then another school would be just K to 6th grade. And that's a little bit of a history of where I'm from. So teaching curriculum for a district, for an entire district, was amazing because we got to have annual meetings and annual get-togethers with the entire district VAPA teachers, and we would meet each other and we would express and share our classroom curricular programs. And these are things that a teacher would do. We would have lesson plans ahead of time, and I just remember having a great lesson plan. Learning vector graphics is the number 1 priority for the 2 schools because we had iPads. And this is my iPad Pro that I would bring to school, and we would install graphic program and I would teach vector graphics. So I wanted to bring that up because vector graphics, it was a very good way to introduce computers to the students. Tactical feel of an iPad. Now some of these students didn't even have iPads because either one, they weren't allowed to touch iPads because, you know, it's per the family, how each family is different. Some families allow their kids to have iPads and iPhones and things like that, but other students were not allowed to have any technology. And I think it's up to, you know, it's up to the teachers. It's up to the parents. So I have no say about that, but I think that in the end result is the students are going to have to go into the digital realm and figure out technology anyways. So why not introduce them earlier so they're not experiencing it for the first time? It's a gradual thing. And so we would have like literally 32 of these iPads, and they would have the vector programs installed. And it was just so amazing seeing the kindergartners go into the programs and learn how to manipulate items with their hands. We did not have Apple pencils because these were very expensive, $100 each. So it would be more, you know, tactical with their hands. And what we would do have is the normal stylus pens. Was not very expensive, so they were these types. They look like a little eraser, black eraser tip. This one is an actual pen, so it's a dual stylus pen and a pen for the iPad. I use this pencil. I'm going to go ahead and turn on Procreate, and let's see if I can create a background using Procreate. So let's go ahead and bring you to my art station. Oh my gosh, I forgot in my workstation that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. I have to wear this. Now, this is to avoid me touching the screen with my skin and creating all kinds of havoc. So I usually put it on this hand model, and this hand model, wow, this is amazing. And so yeah, this is just to prevent me from touching the screen on my iPad, and it'll be a lot better. So isn't it cool though? I really love this. Come on, let's go. I'm in this different station here so that you can actually see this. I have to take you with me. I forgot. I feel like I'm in class again. I used to have like an Apple TV attached to the monitor in the classroom, and then I would share in real time my screen on the monitor, and the students would just follow me, or I would have like a overhead dash cam. I'm going to upload this and show you the time lapse, and it goes pretty quickly. So I just created this in basically a pencil tool that you can pick out here. There's so many kinds of tools, not just pencil. It's called Brush Library. So I picked out Syrup because it looks like it had great fine lines and it's not as jagged, so you can adjust all of that here. You can make it as jaggy, but I don't want to make it jaggy. I like to make it very clean. And so let me go ahead and see if I can show you a sample of it. So it can be, the thickness can be adjusted here in the right toolbar from thin to really thick. And there's a redo here. But let's see if I can send this to the desktop so that I can transform it into vector, because this is all pixelated artwork here. What you do is you take it and you want to select it and share it as so many different kinds of files here. I want to save it as a PDF file, the best file, and I want to export it to my Mac desktop, and you can hear that it did transport. So let's go over to the next station. Here is the file, and we're going to open this up into, let's see if I can find, I'm trying to use my Apple Pencil. Hello. Duh. That's so funny. Okay, I want to select this and send it to, let's see. No, I don't want to airdrop it. I just did that. Let me restart. Okay, I can't do it with my finger either. Gosh, in between tools, I get so confused. So these three little dots here, you want to open it up with, and it'll give you option, Adobe Illustrator. Oh my gosh, here it is. Okay, so let's see. Did it become a vector file? The moment of truth, y'all. Let's see. Okay, you can see that it's very jagged, and it looks like it saved it as a complete picture. Image trace, make and expand. Let's see if it does it. Zoom this in for ya. It did change it. You guys, it did. Okay. Ooh. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can do. Okay. Okay, so that piece. So look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is not gonna work, y'all. I don't think so. I would have to force myself to draw differently, and I don't want to do that because that's just wasting my time. So y'all, there is no easy way to do this unless if you want to transform your drawings into vector graphics, it's definitely a process. You guys, oh my god, this just shows me exactly what I need to do, and I cannot use any other programs. I cannot sketch to vector graphics. I cannot use graphic to, well, I can use graphic.com to use an Illustrator because they are both vectors, but I can't, if I'm going to color it, I'm going to have to color it in Illustrator, and I can't use Procreate and airdrop it and try to manipulate it that way because it's just like drawing. If you watch the other video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But this is just a game changer that I just found out. So anyways, on my iPad Pro, I downloaded Adobe Illustrator, and I love it. It's a different feel for look at that. I can change my oh my gosh, that's just so wonderful. And I can redo. It's so different from the keyboard, but wow. Oh my gosh, this, you guys, for me as an artist, Adobe Creative Suite has come to your iPad. The thing is, it doesn't have, like, you know, you can't watch yourself. I know Procreate's wonderful because you could replay your steps, but this, you guys, just answers my prayers. Now I can use my iPad Pro, my iPad Mini, and take it with me wherever I go. I don't have to carry my Cintiq, my huge 28-inch Cintiq tablet around, and I can airdrop put it into the Creative Cloud. I'm just so happy. This is, you guys, I'm just so happy with this. I'm sharing this with you because it makes life so much easier when you're in vectors. I'm just so happy. So anyways, I just wanted to share with you that I'm using Procreate to color my coloring pages on, I guess I just downloaded the PNG to my iPad, and I can now figure out how to digital sell the pages so that you can take it in your iPad and use a coloring program like Procreate. So that's how I colored it, and I didn't get to finish it, but gosh, it took me many minutes to just do this part right here. I used marker. The marker was able to give me the dark effect right here on the macaron, the shadows, as you can see. So that one was marker, and then I went in and I used Studio Pen for this cake here and the bow. But I really love the marker, but you have to make sure that you use a certain pressure, I guess, in a sense. But I used ink on this one, Studio Ink, on the Pattyland title, and then I just started going, and it just, wow, it was just, I was listening to my TV show and coloring at the same time, and it just was so very therapeutic. It just makes you feel happy when you color just gives you a sense of you're really in detail, you are focused, and you want to make this so colorful, this dull black and white image so colorful. So I absolutely love that idea, and I don't understand why kids are they could just color for hours, pages and pages of coloring books, and it just creates a calm. So and yes, it is possible that you could use AI to create your artwork, because Adobe has this Firefly or something like that, and I read that if you create artwork on Firefly, it is technically your artwork, because the copyright is created by your, just like you're using tools, Procreate and AI, it is a tool. You're using a suggestion, you're saying, okay, I want a tree with pink branches, and then it creates it for you. In a sense, maybe it is your artwork, because it comes from your imagination, and you're just using, I can see it can help other people, like disabled people that have basically, they have the idea, but maybe they can't use their hands per se, or they're visually limited, challenged, and they can vocalize what they want to create on the canvas, and that is art. You're using your voice, you're using, the ability to help the disabled to be able to, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm just so happy with this. I love it. Okay, everyone, this is my happiness I'm sharing with you guys, and I'm thankful for all of you for subscribing and sharing my videos, or just enjoying the joy that I have with art. It makes me happy in grief and in loss. When you lose somebody that you love so much, it helps keep your mind busy, and it helps those goals happen. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Again, subscribe, share, and like. Thank you again. Bless you, and see you soon. Stay tuned. Bye, neighbors.